Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this presentation on the kinds of hypothesis and assumption in research. This discussion serves as a continuation of the report delivered by Miss Geraldine Burlat. For tonight, I will focus on my assigned topics. This concept are essential to the research process because it is all about hypothesis provide maghatag siya direction for the study, and while assumption is establish the foundation for how research is conducted and how findings are interpreted. Let's start. The first one is non-directional hypothesis. Non-directional hypothesis predicts a relationship or difference but does not specify the direction. Simply nga nagpredict siya with predicts a difference or a relationship without specifying the direction. Just like for this example, I have the title of the research here. The title is all about study habits and academic achievement of senior high school students. This hypothesis nagpropose siya that the way students manage their study habits such as time management or consistency and learning strategies has a relationship with their level of academic achievements. However, it does not say whether good study habits lead to higher grades or poor study habits lead to lower grades. It only establishes that study habits and academic performance are connected in some meaningful way. We have another example. The title is all about the impact of social media usage on students' academic performance. There is a significant relationship between social media usage and student academic performance. Kana siyang hypothesis po does not wa siya nag-predict whether social media usage improves or worsen academic performance. Instead, it is nag-simply states lang siya nga that social media use is related to how students perform academically. Um, yes, academically. For example, kung pila ka oras ang student nag-spend sa time sa social media, may show ng differences in their grades compared to those katubitong less nga gagamit sa social media. Both of this example are non-directional because kanang ginaavoid nila predicting the exact direction of the relationship, which is ang positive or negative. This focus only on the existence of kanang significant connection between the variables. Next, we have simple hypothesis. Involves a relationship between two variables, one independent and one dependent. I have here examples. The title of the study, the effect of sleep on students' test scores. So this hypothesis nagsuggest siya that the number of hours ang student na natulog or that night before an exam directly affects their performance o katupong students who have enough rest about or 8 hours are expected to nga mag-perform better because proper sleep improves concentration or memory and alertness. On the other hand, those who sleep less may feel tired and find it harder to focus, which can lower their test scores. And also, we have another title number 2, the effect of breakfast on academic performance. This hypothesis pod, nag-assume siya nga eating breakfast has a positive effect on how will student do in school. A healthy breakfast provide energy or nutrients that help students stay attentive and anang active siya sa class. Katong mga student food nga nag-skip sa breakfast may feel weak or distracted or kanang gigutom which maka makagain gid sila og negatively affect their participation and academic performance, no? So this example, both examples are simply hypothesis because they link one cause independent variables. Like the independent variables of the study is sleep or breakfast, no? Or to the one effect dependent variables is the test scores or academic performance. And we have next the complex hypothesis. So the complex hypothesis involves relationship among more than two variables. So I have here an examples. The first title, the influence of sleep, study habits, and motivation on academic performance. So students who get adequate sleep, have good study habits, and are highly motivated will achieve higher academic performance than those who lack these factors. And then we have title number 2, the effect of social media usage and peer influence on stress and academic achievement. High social media usage and negative peer influence are associated with higher stress levels and lower academic achievement among students. So, both are complex hypotheses nga naman because they involve multiple variables. The first one, nag-show siya og positive factors like sleep, study habits, motivation, or work together to improve ang academic performance. Ang number two is nag-show siya or nagpakita siya og how negative factors ang social media overuse, fear, or pressure are linked to stress and lower academic. Okay. And next we have assumption. So when we say assumption, are statements that are accepted as true without proof. Okay, forming the foundation for research. They are necessary condition believed to be true for the research to proceed. So we assume that sa atuang research, for example, we assume that our students will answer the survey honestly and also bisan dili 100% sure, i-accept nato as a true para mabuhat nato ato ang study o continue. And then assumption have also rule of assumption in research. So we have the foundation for design. So this assumption plays several important roles in research. Ang pinakauna is ang condition for design. So nag-provide research design makahelp siya sa researcher to decide how to collect and analyze data. Mano siya. And then number two, na clarifying scope. So they clarify the scope and boundaries of a study, making it clear what is and is not being addressed. So next is guiding methods. So the assumption guide the choice of methods and tools. And then stating assumption clearly, researchers increase the transparency and credibility of their work, allowing others to understand the context and limitation of the study. Okay, these are the rules of assumption and research. And we have here an example of assumption. Sorry for this wrong spellings examples po na error. So, some common examples of assumptions in research include believing the participant will answer survey questions honestly, that the instrument used to collect data are valid and reliable, and that the sample chosen for the study accurately represent the larger population. So these assumptions are critical because if they are not true, the result of the research may be affected. Mm. So in research pod, um, or in research, assumption play a crucial role in shaping the entire study. So there are three main types to consider. So the first one, we have theoretical assumption. Theoretical assumption are the underlying beliefs or principle drawn from established theories ko. So kani siyang assumption makahelp siya to define what the research will focus on and how the findings will be interpreted. And also no, mo ni siya ang what we call dani theories or principle nga gikan sa mga existing theories para himuan at para mahimuan ay what I mean is makahelp sa ato ang nga guide kung asa ta mag-focus sa atong research para pod makabalo taon sa pag-interpret sa result. So next is methodological assumption. When we say methodological assumption, concern the suitability of the effectiveness of the research methods and procedures used to collect and analyze data. So when from the word methodological method, unsa nga method imong gamiton para sa imong research, relate to the research methods or procedure sa imong ginapili nga methods para sa my study. Kanang this includes beliefs about whether the selected tools and techniques are appropriate and effective for gathering and analyzing data. So, mo ni siya pod ang assumption nga mm, nag nagstorya or nagsasabi na kung unsa imong ginagamit nga research method dapat ay tama at ana siya ay effective pod siya. And then statistical assumption are the specific requirements that must be kanang ma-meet gid siya statistical tests para makaproduce og valid result. So this can include condition like data being normally distributed um or independence of observation. Each type is essential to ensure the research is credible and the results are trustworthy, no? Mo po ni siyang kondisyon na dapat nato i-follow or sundin para para mahimong valid ang atong statistical test pag para dili siya what I mean is dili siya mamali ang results. So each of these types of assumption is essential nga naman because nag-support sila sa credibility of the research process ug nag-ensure that the results can be trusted. Recognizing and addressing this assumption makatabang siya sa pag-strengthen the overall quality and reliability of any research study. And then, we have here a conclusion. A clear understanding of the kinds of hypotheses. So, no, in conclusion, understanding the different kinds of hypotheses, makatabang jud siya sa ato as a researchers formulate clear and testable prediction, while recognizing and stating assumption ensures that research is conducted transparently and results are interpreted appropriately. Both are essential for producing credible and meaningful research findings. So, mo na siya ang conclusion. So, that's all for today. Thank you.